Welcome in, everybody. Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media with Mayhem Matthew, a touchdowns show special edition reviewing Bryce Underwood, a five-star recruit, a quarterback that some are saying he could be the next Cam Newton. Before we get into it, I want to give the floor to Matthew here. What are you hoping to see out of this prospect right now?
Well, I know a little bit about Bryce Underwood. He is, a top five quarterback in his class, probably top three in his class. I'm expecting to see some amazing moments, some wow factor. I'm expecting to see a lot of unreal things, from this quarterback here. So with that being said, I'm ready to get on into it. He is committed to the LSU Tigers. Um, yeah, so I'm expecting a lot of things from Bryce Underwood. This past year we had Jaden Daniels. He was the Heisman winner, and he came out. He came to LSU, and so we already know that Brian Kelly down at LSU can make some stars out of some quarterbacks.
And it's amazing too because he's always been a defensive coach. I look at this and, I don't think he's going to flip. But when you look at the offers that he's had, the top five are LSU, Akron. And by the way, he's a five-star recruit. He's like the top guy overall in his class next year. Akron, Alabama, Arkansas, and Auburn go into his top five there. At least, then again, I think this is all alphabetical, so I really don't know what his top five are. But he is a hard commit for the LSU Tigers and Brian Kelly. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table, Mayhem. And what do you say we go ahead and get into these highlights?
Yeah, let's go for it. I'm ready.
All right, let's get it. This is from Sports Muse, just to quote sources here. So get the background music too, I guess. Ready? And good throw on the run there. Wow. And again, they're saying he could be the next Cam Newton. Do you see shades of that so far?
Yeah, very fast. Very. He can get out of the pocket and make plays. Yeah, I could see that.
Goes over the middle, gets him in the back of the end zone there. Look at this.
And he definitely has a
Perfect
cannon.
placement, dude.
He
Perfect.
def he definitely has a cannon for an arm as well.
Yeah.
He can sling the ball really
And he's
well.
fast on his release too. Like the way it's taking him about 2 seconds to get the snap and get it out of his hands. 1, 2, boom.
Yeah,
Play
I,
action down
I
the
I love
middle.
his I love his spiral. I love the deep ball that he's able to bring. He's able to move out of the pocket like you see right here, make a play, get a score for his team there. His playmaking abilities are unreal. Yeah, I mean, obviously this guy's a 5-star for a reason. Just look at him. Very, um, very athletic, very tall. Um, you know, he's just the ideal quarterback that you need in today's game.
The way you remember that one meme or Vine, whatever you wanna call it, where there was that one song, "Look at the flick of the wrist." You see how he's, like, out there just, you know, getting after it, man. Deep ball. That placement right there, I kinda wanna go back to that play because that was right on the money. I'll slow it down just a little bit real quick. This play, look at this. Good protection first off by his O-line. He's gotta go over the top of a defender too, just to get that. So, what I'm seeing so far is, and again, the title of this one, 5-star next Cam Newton. I would say his movement is like Cam Newton, but I don't know. There's something about the way he throws. It it does make me think of Jaden Daniels a little bit more, and maybe even a little shades of Trevor Lawrence, and we know how good he was.
Yeah, I was about to say Trevor Lawrence. As far as Jaden Daniels, I think Bryce Underwood has the potential to be a better passer of the football than Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels, obviously, you can see, shades of Jaden Daniels whenever you're talking about, running the football and stuff like that and getting out of the pocket and making plays. But I think this guy has potential to be a better passer of the football than Jaden.
For sure. Good running ability there. Let's see what he does. Over the middle. Got it. Like I said earlier too, quick release when he's in the pocket. Look at
See,
this.
look at that.
Look at
See,
that.
he's a. I mean that
Oh my
that play
god.
right that play right there reminded me of a Jaden Daniels, right?
Yeah. This one.
This this play right here reminds me of Jaden Daniels right here. I mean, this is uh, a Jaden Daniels type play. But
Yeah. Stud stepper.
whenever you're talking about throwing a deep ball like that, I think of like Trevor Lawrence
Mhm.
or Cam
And that's
Newton.
not a bad combo. And that's not a bad trio or duo, however you wanna put it, of quarterbacks to be compared to. That's really good. Look at this. He's dragging bodies.
His
Don't forget
ability.
we got the video link. Yeah, don't forget we got the video link in the description too. We give credit to Sports Muse who put this out. We don't just to let you guys know. Look at the receivers are good too, man. You see their footwork.
His ability to look downfield at all his targets as soon. I mean, uh, whenever he gets the ball, his ability to look at all his targets and find his man is really good too. It's very quick,
We got a
precise.
convoy. Yeah,
His footwork is really good. Really,
this is great.
obviously, this is the ideal quarterback that you want in today's game. I mean, I'm surprised that he doesn't have even more offers from different schools.
Yeah,
This is the ideal quarterback. If I wanted to make the ideal quarterback in a video game or something like this, this is the ideal quarterback that you would want to make, right?
yeah. And again, I would ask you about his size. He's 6'3", 205. What would you say
Very,
about his size? Is that
very,
perfect?
yeah, very good size. Yeah.
Look at this. Is there any Georgia quarterbacks in your lifetime or in history that would like make you think of this guy? Like, does he remind you of anybody, if anyone?
I mean, I know like he didn't really play for us, but he was on our team, Justin Fields.
Pickett, of course, he did great at Ohio State. Oh, airborne there. Yeah, he did great at Ohio State. Led them to the title in 2020. I can see shades of Fields.
But as far as leg talent goes, Stetson Bennett is the best as far as leg talent to get out of the pocket and make plays with his feet that I've seen in my lifetime. So, and obviously, this guy is going to be better than Stetson Bennett whenever he gets into college. So,
Mm,
I really don't have anybody I can really compare him to other than Justin Fields because most of my lifetime, Georgia's had um, pretty much like Matthew Stafford type quarterbacks, Aaron Murray type quarterbacks in my lifetime.
yeah, I think his movement for me comparison, I would say movement of Jalen Hurts for Alabama quarterbacks, and then he, I would say he's got Bryce Young's arm. Would you agree?
I think, yeah, sure. I mean, he definitely has a strong arm. As far as arm talent, I could compare him to Matthew Stafford. I mean, Matthew Stafford had a really strong arm coming out of high school and going into college, and even now he has a really strong arm in the pros.
Yeah,
But as far as leg movement, I mean, getting out of the pocket, making plays with his feet. Um,
let's hear it.
Georgia hasn't really had that type of quarterback other than Stetson Bennett. And this guy,
Yeah, and that's the highlights.
obviously this guy's going to be a better talent than Stetson. Um, you know, I think my reaction to this is pretty much the ideal quarterback coming out of high school that you would want. He's ranked extremely high in his class for a reason, and he just showed you all the reasons why he's ranked so high. He's a 5 star, well deserved 5 star, and he's committed to LSU. He's seen what Jaden Daniels was able to accomplish at LSU, winning the Heisman. And Brian Kelly is making some making some really good room for quarterbacks. So if I'm an LSU fan, I'm really excited for Bryce Underwood. I'm really excited to see what he can bring to the table. With the new age of NIL and colleges paying players now. I wonder how that's going to play a factor in his recruitment. Obviously, don't know what his motivations are as far as, does he want to go to the school because that's his dream school, or is it a money situation? So we'll keep a close eye out for that whenever you're following Bryce Underwood. But yeah, he's a phenomenal player, and I would not doubt if any other schools make a last minute a pitch for him to come to their school because he's a really phenomenal player, and I like what I see.
Look at this list real quick of offers. I mean, even Colorado and Dion have offered this kid. I mean, and of course they're going to offer anybody. I mean, look at Colorado, but like Eastern Kentucky's trying to get him. Florida's trying to get him. We know the whole Jaden Rashada deal recently and all that. Georgia has offered. Outside of your team, outside of LSU, where would you like to see this guy go? Like that he could make an instant impact for a team. What team out there are you looking at saying, go get this guy?
Well, this ain't going to happen.
Because
Um,
he's committed to LSU, so like leave them out of this. And then you're a Georgia fan, so leave them out of there. But go ahead.
well, this is kind of a long shot. I see this team on this list, and we know this guy is not going to this college. But since you asked me the question, right? Um, if Georgia football never existed, I would be a Kentucky fan. So I'm going Kentucky. My answer is Kentucky.
Wow.
Go get him.
Kentucky has had had some good quarterbacks recently, Will Levis and of course Devin Leary. Now they don't compare to what Bryce Underwood is, and that's no disrespect to them. But could you imagine Mark Stoops with a quarterback like this? I don't know if he would be able to, like, I don't. Do you think it would fit his offense? That's my big question. Because,
Of
like,
course,
I
of
know
course.
this guy's probably not. He's not systematic, but you know,
I do think it could fit
at the
his.
same time, it's
I
like,
I really do think it could fit his offense because Kentucky runs a similar style of offense that Georgia runs, except for obviously not as much talent on the field. But yeah, if Bryce Underwood, uh, you know, by a miracle, went to a
mhm,
college like Kentucky to play ball, you would start seeing more receivers go to Kentucky, and that's I think that's their real struggle right now is finding the receiving core to help. Like a Will Levis, like a Devin Leary, like the guy that's going to be there next this coming year that came from Georgia. I'm drawing a blank on his name at this
yeah.
moment, but the Georgia transfer quarterback. He's going to be the starting quarterback for Kentucky this upcoming year. But I would like to see. That is my second favorite team. I know they're not really, a traditionally successful team, but whenever I think of teams, Georgia's my number one, Kentucky's my number two, and then after that, I guess I really don't care. I guess LSU could be a number three because of, you know, some of my family are LSU fans, so but other than that, with that being said, to answer your question, Kentucky, I like what Mark Stoops has been able to accomplish at Kentucky, and I always root for Kentucky whenever they're not playing Georgia.
I would like to see him. I see 2 teams on this list. I see a lot of teams, but I would say personally, because Oregon's got quarterbacks and Tennessee's got Nico, I think Ole Miss or Penn State. Now, here's the thing about Penn State is even with a 5-star in, I'm drawing a blank. It's not Sean Clifford.
Drew Aller.
It's, Drew Aller, thank you. Even with him, like, last year and everything, like, James Franklin just struggles. I mean, he's a good coach, but, like, I don't know if he knows exactly what he's doing, so there might be a little bit of a curse there. I don't know, but, could you imagine him with Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss? I mean, that would be huge.
Yeah, Ole Miss would be a really good landing spot for this guy, especially with the type of ball that Ole Miss plays. Slinging the ball. Also, this guy Bryce Underwood, could be potentially better than a Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart, he is.
Maybe.
I mean, Jackson Dart is very shifty with his legs. Definitely has a cannon for arm. Bryce Underwood could definitely come into Ole Miss and compete for a starting role immediately, probably. Because he would definitely fit a Lane Kiffin style offense for sure.
Absolutely. Well, that's all I got for this one. Any last minute thoughts on Bryce Underwood? And let the people know where they can find you. Of course, I'm probably going to send you the file and maybe you can upload this to your channel anyway. But I thought he's a good recruit and I'm looking forward to seeing him on the next level. Next level, even if he goes to LSU.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to him on the in the next level college football, especially with the changes to college football. I'm looking forward to see how he responds to the new stuff going on in college football, and if he decides to stay at LSU or if he decides to do something else. But yeah, man, Bryce Underwood is a phenomenal talent. I would love to have him at Georgia, but Georgia does have some talent coming in that already has some commits. So yeah, man, I think LSU is a perfect fit for a guy like Bryce Underwood. I think Jaden Daniels probably showed that you can do it at LSU and made a. I'm pretty sure Jaden Daniels made a really big impact on Bryce Underwood's recruitment and where Bryce Underwood wanted to go. So, with that being said, if you're an LSU fan, get excited and talk your trash because Bryce Underwood is the real deal.
For sure. Thanks for doing this, Mayhem. Love you, buddy. Appreciate you, and I love all the people watching, the audience. Thanks so much for tuning in. Go subscribe to Mayhem Matthew, and if you're new to this channel, subscribe to Ballard Sports Media. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.